Hello and welcome back to YouTube. Yeah, it's been a minute, and when I say minute, I mean what, close to 2 years. So what's happened since then? Well, I've had a baby, which I'm sure as any mum can say takes up a lot of time. So I thought, you know what, now it's enough. Enough's enough. I need to make time. I need to start doing more videos, and let's just go into full mum zone. So one question I've been getting asked on TikTok is about like obviously birthing stuff, which I'm sure everyone would love to hear. But one thing I actually wanted to come on and start talking about is my birth story. Also, I am filming this on my phone and I keep wanting to look here. So if I keep looking over here and not here, I'm sorry in advance. I will get better, practice and all that jazz. So, birth story. What happened? We were renovating our house. Yes, which I do not recommend when you're pregnant because it's stressful, and especially when you've got to kick two builders off a site, and the last one's absolutely useless, and it's a whole thing. I think it needs a separate video just in general for the house renovation side of it. But yeah, birth story. I was 2 weeks early, which again was delightful. I didn't have a planned cesarean; it was all like a natural kind of birth, and long story short, the renovation, which by the way is still ongoing, we still need to do a bathroom downstairs. Caden is now 7 months old. Enough said. But we'd basically done it. Like it was livable, like the house was fine. And it was the Monday, and it was the first time my parents actually saw the house. They didn't want to see it till the end. So they came round, they saw everything, had a cup of tea, and then Kurt decided to look at my belly and go, "You can come out now." Now, obviously I was like, no you can't, give me 2 more weeks, let me just like make this house into like a home. But clearly, as he's my son, and he's a very literal person, he decided, sweet, it's time to come out. So 10 p.m. Monday, Kurt said, it's time to come out. Kane was born the next day at 4 p.m. So as you can see, he really wanted to come see the house that much. So yeah, so 10 p.m. Kurt says to my belly, I go to sleep. 3 in the morning, the washing machine. So no, 3 in the morning, I get up to pee because that's what you do. When you're pregnant, you wake up a lot to pee. Our next neighbour actually has a Mustang, so that woke me up to get me to go to the toilet anyway. So I went, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Hour later, 4 o'clock, I was like, oh, have I like wet myself? Like, what is this? I need to pee again? Like, what's going on here? Anyway, went to the toilet. 5 o'clock, same shit. 6 o'clock, again, math not mathing, brain not really computing what's going on. Like, am I just like really bad when it comes to my bladder? Like, what is going on? It gets about 7 a.m. and I'm not getting any contractions or anything. I'm just there like, okay, what's going on? And again, I'm sitting on the toilet, cash, too much information, and suddenly my brain decides to clock in. So I start Googling how to know your waters first. I should mention, probably about the 4 o'clock one, I think there was a bit of the mucus. I think the mucus plug came out around the 4, but again, brain not really computing at 4 in the morning. So you Googled it, and I ticked a lot of boxes of what would happen when your water breaks. And again, it's not a massive gush like the movies. It clearly was trickles over a good few hours. So this person needs to stop calling me. So yeah, so then what do we do? Miss Kurt be like, we should probably go to the hospital. The hospital called the midwife, and they just said to me, why don't you pop in for like a checkup, just to make sure everything's okay. I had my hospital backed already. So yeah, Kurt went and showered. I showered, waiting for Kurt, decided to just like add some bits to my hospital bag. So obviously packed the essentials like Mr. Kipling's Cherry Bakewells and Penguin chocolate bars, because that's clearly what you need when you're going into labour. Again, no contractions, nothing. I was living my best life until I then started to feel like a few like pangs. So I was like, okay, all right, interesting, but then cool, whatever. 10 minutes later, still waiting for Kurt. Where's the boy? The pangs are there. The pangs coming. I'm like, okay, Kurt, like, what are you doing? Hurry up! Like, come on, let's go. Like, to be fair, I did tell him to shave his chest. I did say to him, why don't you shave your chest? Because, if he is born today, then you can have the whole chest to chest picture. And yeah, priorities, me. My priorities. So yeah, anyway, still another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. Where is this kid? I'll be driving myself to the hospital at this rate. Like, where is he? He was trying to find a clean top. I didn't really think I gave a flying crap if you got a clean top or not. Like, this was hurting. And what made the matter worse was we still had, like, first world problems. We still had the Porsche 911, which, if anyone knows anything about cars, it's a very low car. And we were supposed to change it before the baby came to, like, a, practical SUV, because someone, me, decided to get this car, and then, we had a baby. So clearly the planning process went really well. But what makes matters worse was this car had a slow puncture, didn't it? Did we have the wheel sorted? Did we get the tyre changed? We were supposed to. Yeah, we were supposed to. So now we have the 911 car with a slow puncture, which, just to make matters more fun, wasn't even at the house. Wasn't even at the house, was it? It was at my parents' house. And luckily, they live around the corner. But again, clearly, planning, not a strong point we have between us. So then he has to go to my mum and dad's, get the car, take it to, like, the garage to put some air in the magical car, because there's no air in the bloody flat tyre, is there? Comes back to get me. We're about to leave, and then the builder rocks up. Obviously, the builder rocks up because he's here to finish the job, or finish bits of the job. So I literally be like, move your van, we gotta go, we're having a baby. Like, someone will pop in to supervise and make sure everything's okay, but we gotta bounce. We're bouncing, we're done. So yeah, then, like, go to the hospital. Now, the hospital, we went to Queen Charlotte and Chelsea Hospital, which is not in Chelsea, it's in Hammersmith, okay? Just to add more confusion. And it's now about 9:15. So we're in rush hour now. We're in rush hour, and we've got to go down the A40. Now, if you know London, A40 can get quite busy, especially during rush hour, especially when there wants to be roadworks where 3 lanes go to 1. Yep. A 20-minute journey took 1 hour and 15. My contractions were there. We are, like, going for it. Like, it hurts. Like, I'm squeezing Kurt's hand, like, water's going on. I'm like, this is not a drill. The baby's coming. This is it's like, now we're doing it. At the same time, I get a call from my dad being like, where's the car, by the way? I think Kurt came and got the car, and he didn't even come and say hi. Funny that, Dad, because I'm going into labour. Little bit busy before he can come say hi. So, anyway, get to the hospital, waddle in. They asked me to pee. I can't pee. But can't pee. So, they, like, check me out. They're like, so, yeah, basically, you're having the baby today. It's like, oh, okay. Can someone call my mum? Because looks like we're doing this. So, yeah, then they had to get the room ready to give birth. And I opted for a water birth. Well, attempted a water birth. And to be honest, like, people talk about the birth plan, all this kind of stuff. I didn't have a birth plan. Like, my birth plan was very much like, see what happens, see how it feels. If it's too much, you need epidural, go to the labour ward and get an epidural. Pretty much that. Because also I heard stories how people stressed out because their birth didn't follow their plan, and I didn't want to be that stressed out person. So yeah, I just went for that. So I get in the room and stuff. I've obviously got the bag with me with the Mr. Kiplings and penguin bars. Also, I've not eaten as well, just to add more fun and games to this. So I've not eaten since the night before at this point. Get in the water. The midwives are amazing. So to add more fun, I've got the midwife, and I've also got a trainee. And I'm her first birth, so I don't know if I've scarred her for life or if she enjoyed it, but yeah, so I was her number one. So I'm in there, like, she, like, obviously, like, they checked me out. Now, you've got to be 10 centimetres to, like, start the whole pushing thing, right? I was already 6. By the time I got to the hospital, I was already halfway there, okay? So that's fun. Got on the water and stuff, and they were like, yes, were there fairy lights? I think so. Did we have music? Yes. I brought we had a little Sonos, like, beam, a portable Sonos, and I had, like, a country playlist, like, just playing on in the background throughout the whole thing. Not that I heard much music, to be honest, but it was there. They even offered, like, some, like, different, like, aromatherapy smells for the room. Again, nice thought. Couldn't give a crap. So I'm in the water and stuff. Mum then finally rocks up. Fantastic. So I've got Kurt, my mum, and I've got gas and air. So that's the only thing I use painkiller wise. It was literally just gas and air. And I'm in this bathtub, and as much as the idea sounds romantic, and for some people I hear it's an amazing experience, it was not an amazing experience for me. Okay, let's just get it twisted. This bathtub is massive, and there's like a step all right? It's literally like that. So you're kind of on all fours with your arms up like this on the step thing. So yeah, literally like this, which is fine, except you need to contract, like, and after you contract, like, you want to, like, literally collapse. Were you collapsing in a bathtub? Were you collapsing? You can't collapse because you're literally going to be submerged in this water. Like, so you can't actually relax. You're literally holding yourself up like, oh my God, like, feeling the pain, then being like, what is going on? And I spoke to a few other, like, people that gave birth in the water, and they all said there was a point where they all gave up and they all got out. Some people got through that and it was fine for them, but the majority of people I've spoken to gets to a level of pain where they're like, nah. And I can handle pain, right? I've had 2 knee operations. I can handle pain. This was literally to the point of, how the hell do people give birth? Like, I don't understand the level of pain that went through in this, like, bathtub. So the midwives are like, we'll wait an hour. And I'm like, I need to push. And they're like, no, listen to your body. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, my body is telling me I need to push. So obviously they're like, oh no, it can't be. It's too soon. You've only been there for like an hour. Like, let's wait. And I'm like, no. I need to push. And I don't know if maybe I was in so much pain because I needed to push earlier. But they were like, we need to check you, but we can't check you in the water, so let's wait. We're not waiting. I ain't waiting. I'm not waiting around for this. You best believe I just stood straight up in the air, didn't I? I stood straight up and climbed out of the bathtub onto the bed next to me. Big pregnant lady, high on gas and air, just literally, nope, getting up, check me. Got to the bed, collapsed, check. Yeah, I'm 10 centimeters, I can push. So clearly they weren't expecting it. I was, obviously. And then I could actually start pushing. And what was quite nice was, because I was on the bed, I could collapse and I could relax, which was fantastic. This is why I tried to record shit. Bear with. Knew that was going to happen. Knew it. Okay. So what I get to? Yeah, okay. I'm on the bed. I'm on the bed and pushing. And what's great about the bed, like I said, is that you could actually, like, collapse. So again, what I did not know, some people actually pass out giving birth. So literally, like, pass out and then wake up again. And I was one of those people. So to the point of, I had honey. They also give me honey because, again, blood sugar levels, and I've not eaten to, like, help with the whole thing. Like, just help me stay, awake and energy and all that jazz. So literally to the point of, I'm in this bed pushing and passing out, like genuinely passing out, and waking up again when my next contraction's coming through, which is insane. So literally pushing, waking up, gas, air, bit of water, push, so I lie. Push, pass out, gas, air, water, push, pass out, gas, air, water, push, pass out. You get the, this is the rhythm. And little man was basically ready to go, right? He was actually ready to come out, but decided that he wanted to get stuck in the birth canal. Yes, so more graphics for you. Decides to pop his head up so you can literally see his hair, and then come back in again for 2 hours. Tell me how this kid did 2 hours just chilling in that birth canal. Like, what? Why? What's the need? There's no need. So when he came out, he actually had a cone head. So Kurt actually calls him cone head. Well, called him cone head because it was concerning. Because his head literally was, like, elongated, which I'm sure he'll love that growing up. But yeah, 2 hours, and he was in the perfect position, then decided to move last minute, hence why the whole 2 hour thing. And came out and stuff, like, blue. That's another thing. Did not realise this. Bear in mind, like, I'm sure a lot of people do a lot more research in the whole childbirth thing than me, clearly. But we basically had an alien cone-headed blue child come out of me. And both my mum and Kurt were like, what on earth is this? I think I was more like, thank God it's done. But all the oxygen goes to their vital organs when they're born. So they might have blue hands and blue feet and stuff. That's normal. And yeah, he did turn a normal colour. So yeah, came onto me, cut the umbilical cord. Great. Life is good. 3.2 kilograms. Don't ask me in ounces. Don't know. And yeah, that was basically it. And what was amazing as well afterwards is Kurt ordered me a bunch of sushi. So that was great. But like I said, we were at the Queen Charlotte, right? And what was, compared to like other friends who I've heard, like, we had this room. Our room was massive. Bear in mind, we have a huge ass bathtub. We have like more space. I had like this bed, and then there was like an ensuite as well, right? This was just all for us to give birth in, which was amazing. But then after I gave birth, we were able to stay there for like, I don't know, I think it was like 2-3 hours or whatever. And then they moved us across the corridor to like another room. This room, when I say was massive, I mean massive. Like, I know stories where people are like, oh, I had a bed, my husband sat in a chair, like, throughout the night. No. This room was huge. Like, huge. So, I can't even explain how big this room was. We had another room. We had a full baby changing station with nappies and stuff. We had a double bed. We slept in a double bed. Kurt had a double bed. We had 2 sofas and, like, a table and an ensuite. Which is just, yeah, especially when I hear, like I said, stories of people having a bed, like, or just a chair for the husband. Like, that's mad. And we actually looked at a few hospitals. We went to the Portland, and they literally give you a chair. The husband literally gets a chair. The room was probably like half, not even half the size of the room we ended up getting at the Queen Charlotte. And the Queen Charlotte also has a private wing as well. So we looked at the Portland, then we looked at the Queen Charlotte, looked at the Queen Charlotte's private wing, and long story short, you're basically getting the exact same as NHS, except after you give birth, you go to the private wing with a smaller room, which again, illogical. So I think all the birthing facilities have to be like, you know, really good because people are actually paying to give birth in the same NHS section. And then the private wing is like I said, just private after you give birth. But if you get your own room, why are you paying? And it's not cheap. Like, Queen Charlotte, I think just like for that was like $8,000, like for the night. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, and I actually asked them on the tour, like, what am I getting? Like, legit, is it just the room? Because I'm going to the NHS part of the hospital for the scans. I'm going to the NHS part of the hospital for like everything else. I don't get queue jump. Mine, no queue jump or anything, no parking. So I'm literally paying $8,000 to give birth and then just move into this area. Again, some people, you know, if you want to crack on, but I'd rather go on a really nice holiday for $8,000 or use the money to maybe finish the bathroom, you know, anything like that. So yeah, and then like I said, we could have left the same day, but they do like a hearing test on the baby, and the Queen Charlotte do it in the morning. So like you could stay the night, do the check in the morning, then leave, or leave, come back. And to be completely honest with you, I did not want to leave. You want to leave me with a newborn baby when I can stay in a hospital with nurses and shit that can tell me what to do and do stuff in case anything goes wrong. I'm good. I'm sweet. I'll stay. Not to worry. And also, again, we had the double bed. Like, not that we slept. I didn't sleep that night. Kurt slept. He always seems to sleep. He has a knack of being able to sleep in places. But yeah, it was actually really helpful because, you know, we met the midwives and more midwives and stuff, and they like showed us how to swaddle and stuff, like swaddle the baby and stuff like that, and like help with any more questions we had in the morning. We did the test again en suite as well, so I could shower. So with my birth, I had a burst blood vessel in this eye from obviously pushing so hard, and I had a grade 2 tear, which apparently is pretty normal for like first time, which means like it just like down there just like ripped a little bit. So didn't need to be cut, didn't need to be anything else. There were stitches, thrilling for everyone involved, but like very minor stitches. So yeah, nothing traumatic, nothing like mega scary. That kind of went down, and that was pretty much the birth story. Obviously at this point we had to go home in the car. Which at this point, as you can imagine, the tire again was not looking too good. So my parents came and we went home. Mum, me, dad, and little man went home in my parents' car, and then Kurt then had to go sort out the portion with the wheel and get himself home as well. And then I think it was the same day. He met Porter, so Caden met Porter. I should have said as well, yes, we named the baby. He's called Caden. So Kurt's side of the family all begin with C's. So he's one of 4 boys and they're all C's. And my side's all A's. So we always said if it was a girl, be with A. If it was a boy, be with C. And lo and behold, it was a boy. Therefore, yeah, we got the C. And I wanted just a name that was a little bit different. And my spelling is A-E, so his spelling is C-A-E. See, you're going to get that in there. So C-A-E-D-E-N, which means, you know, he'll never be able to get a pencil at a garden centre with his name on it. Or, you know, like a rubber. Which is fine, you know, I lived with it for years. I never got one, so, It happens. It happens. I'm saying that. He's got so much customized stuff now, like with his name on it, because his mum has problems, and clearly was scarred the fact that she could not get the pencils. So, yeah, that was pretty much my birth story. I'll probably make another video of just like little highlights of what I think was really, really important. And I'll probably talk a little bit more about like the Portland, the Queen Charlotte, and private versus NHS as well. But yes, I hope you enjoyed. And any questions, just drop below. What influencers normally say to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, that'd be delightful. And yeah, I will be talking more mum stuff on here. Normally in the morning, because he should be having a nap time, and as long as we stick to our schedule and he sleeps, I can do this. So yeah, watch this space, and thanks for watching.